There comes Shubman Gill. Big debate on whether he should be batting at 4 or whether he should be batting at 3. He chose to bat at 4. His first 25 runs came at run a ball. He just looked so fluent. He looked like, okay, where do I want to hit the next one? Overall strike rate of 72 is excellent. 16 fours, that 6 I don't think was meant to be, but it happened. But the control that he showed was incredible. And guess what? I have a feeling, and you know him much better, that Shubman Gill wants to walk in the footsteps of Virat Kohli. What Virat Kohli does, Shubman Gill wants to do, including the bat contract. I want that bat. Why did Virat Kohli want that bat? Because Sachin Tendulkar had that bat. Now Tendulkar retires. First innings that India play after Tendulkar retires, Kohli is the new number 4, he gets 100. Kohli retires. The first innings after that is played by Shubman Gill at number 4. He gets 100. There's a nice handing over the baton at number 4, isn't there? But it's played beautiful today.
It's a relay race that India will be proud of, because the legacy seems to continue. That lineage, as they say, has just gone from strength to strength for India. It used to be Sunil Gavaskar who was an opener, but at number 4 there was Sachin Tendulkar, and I think he set the standard. G.R. Vishwanath. Sachin Tendulkar, then he passed the baton on to obviously Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli has now moved on from Test cricket. But it's great to see Shubman Gill choosing to bat at 4, coming out there and making it count. What today was A, accepting responsibility,
Yes.
B, application of a man under pressure. The pitch didn't have too many demons, that's the truth. It was probably a nice and a good paced pitch for batters to bat on. But what we saw today was a man who was hungry for success, who wants to lay down a marker saying, I am the captain and I will get things done when things are hard for you. And that tells me he's determined. That's very important for a captain, Harsha.
One of the things we talk about with captaincy is, will it burden you as a player, or will it just make you a better player? Will you rise up and get buoyed up by captaincy? I liked very much what I saw, but I want to ask you, you had a conversation with him. It helps to be Dinesh Karthik, by the way. If Harsha Bhogle asks Shubman Gill, he'll say, yes, sir, definite next time. If Dinesh Karthik says, he'll say, okay, now. So it helps if you're Dinesh Karthik, so you get to converse with Shubman Gill. But what was the feeling you got when you were chatting with him when he said, yes, I know I'm captain, but I also want to be the leading run scorer?
That second part of the line really impressed me. That's a man who knows his batting is most important to liberate him of his mind and the doubts he'll have, but most importantly, also gain the respect of the dressing room.
Yes.
That is very important. Why was Kohli so respected? Because under pressure, it was Kohli. Under immense or tough conditions, it was Kohli. So Shubman Gill, as you said, wants to walk that path, probably try and do it even better. And the journey has started today. But that interview was all about him laying a marker down, saying, yes, Dinesh Bhai, I want to do well as a captain, but let me start by saying I want to be the best batter in this series. Now, for me, that tells a young man who has a good head on his shoulders, realizes, yes, the responsibility is great, but it starts with my batting, and then the rest will follow through.
I mean, he's an average 35 batter. But one very interesting stat I saw, in all the test matches that Shubman Gill has played, the average of the top 7 is 32. And he's averaged 35. So, I mean, you want him to be a 40 plus, 45 plus batter, but that just sort of puts things in perspective. I thought they were actually forced to bowl short at one point. They had 4 fielders ringing the boundary, bowling short. When you bowl short to Shubman Gill on a surface where the ball wasn't going head high, you were actually playing to his strength, weren't you?
Yeah. If you do go across his stats, it tells you that his strongest suit in any part of the pitch is the short ball. He's very comfortable playing it. Growing up in Punjab, playing on these cement pitches with wet tennis balls and rubber balls, the one thing his dad has taught him is to play the short ball very nicely. And that comes through in white ball cricket as well. When you plan against him, you almost say, don't bother bowling. It's a bit like bowling to Rohit Sharma. If you bowl the short ball, you're almost assured of it going to a boundary. So that's the kind of pressure he inflicts of the short ball. It's actually the length ball and the fuller balls is where you have a better chance against him. And England did that. But when they went too full, again, he put it away. When they just kept it around the length is when he was disciplined. He was leaving it. And let's say he just made sure that he didn't try anything there. But short or full, he was very, very good to latch on to.